Hi, boys and girls. Okay, once you have cut out your pumpkin, now it is time to give him a silly face. And Mrs. Walker wants to show you how to create your eyes. Okay, you're going to have white squares of paper, and all you have to do to make this into a circle is to cut off the corners. So I'm going to cut off each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it's starting to look like a circle, but it's still, this is actually an octagon. I've got to get rid of these little corners here. So I cut off the corners kind of big there. Now I'm going to cut off little corners. Just going to get rid of those little corners, and guess what? As I do that, do you see how it's starting to become more round? Yeah, each time I cut off a corner, it becomes more smooth and round here, and that's what you're going to do. You're just going to get rid of the little corners until yours looks like a circle. Okay, so there's one of my eyes. Now I have to do that to this one. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to cut kind of a bigger corner like that. So you see my papers, those are little corners and these are bigger corners. There's my big corners. Now it looks like an octagon, which is an 8-sided figure. Now I'm going to get rid of these little corners, and each time I get ready to cut, I have to kind of turn this a little bit with this hand. Snip. And then just snip off that little corner. If yours ever looks square, it just means you're not cutting enough of your corners off. Okay, so there I go. Now I have 2 circles, and I need the dots for my eyes. So Mrs. Walker will also have some black paper, and it's going to be smaller squares. We're going to do the very same thing with this that we did with that. We're going to make these into little black dots to put in the middle of our, these would be the pupils of the eye, right? The little dot, the black dot in the middle of your eye is your pupil. And that's what this is. So there, I got rid of my big corners now. Oh, this is little. I'm going to have to get rid of all these little corners here. And where you see a little corner, just snip that little corner right off. And when you have gone all the way around 2 times, so the first time I took the 4 corners, now I have to take 8 little corners. I'm done. Okay, I'm ready to do my last one. Once you have your eyes cut out, I want you to glue them on so we don't lose them, okay? So as soon as I get these cut out, I'm going to decide, which direction do I want my silly pumpkin to be looking? Do I want him to have his eyes looking to the right, to the left, up, down, or do I just want him to be really goofy? So I could make him looking over this way, and then I put him on that side. I could make him looking down. He could be looking down to see something down here. I could make him really silly and just have him going crazy like that. He could be cross-eyed if I put them both in the middle, right? I want you to decide what you think looks good, and then you're going to glue them down. Remember, we're going to use our glue bottles that have the red cap. This is that glue that is already open. All we have to do is push this in, and it'll let the glue out, okay? So it kind of closes on its own when you lift it up, but when you want to push down, you're just going to take your dot and you're going to push, push, push against the table. And when you push this little piece in, it lets the glue come out. So there, I got glue on that. I'm going to put this one right here. And then I'm going to flip over this one, and I'm going to go dot, 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 dot. I'm going to stick that one like that. So let's see, I better get this glued down so I can decide what I'm going to do with it. Okay, I'm going to glue that right there. And let's see, I want him to be kind of, what do we do, like, yeah, I want to turn that. I still have a few minutes to turn it, don't I? I could make him looking over this way. Maybe I'll make him looking to the left. Okay, then I put some glue on here. I think it might be easier if you glue the white part down first. So when you get your white part glued, or cut, glue the white parts down. And then once you've cut your black dots, then you can position them where you want and then glue them down. That would have been easier for me. So white circles glued first, then glue the black dots on wherever you think it looks good. All right, now my pumpkin needs a mouth, and I want to show you. You're going to get a black rectangle. Oh, I've got 3. I guess I can show you 3 different things to do. If you want him to be smiling, you're only going to cut off the bottom corners. Okay, so I'm going to do the smile first. I'm going to cut this corner and this corner, and then I have a couple of little corners here that I got to get rid of. So you need to get rid of this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner. There, I have a happy smile. okay? But if I want him to have an uh-oh or a scared mouth, I'm going to cut off all of the corners. So I'm going to go corner, corner, and it's going to make an oval. Corner, corner. And now I still got to get rid of these little corners, don't I? So little corners. And what it'll do is this will turn into, instead of a circle, I'm going to have an oval. And that would be just right for him going, uh-oh, right? So instead of my smile, I could make him going, ah, right? Or, oh, looking worried. Okay, so those are your options. Either you cut just the bottom corners off. Oh, I see a little corner right here I need to get rid of still. Either cut all the corners and make him doing this or this, or cut just the bottom corners and he's a happy pumpkin. Okay, now regardless of what you did, pick the one that you like the best. Let's see, I'm going to do this one. Dot your glue on the back of the mouth, stick that down, and then you have another decision to make. Do you want to give him some teeth? If you do, Mrs. Walker has some little strips of paper, and you can just cut some teeth off of there, like so. Probably share that at your table. That's enough for everybody, right? And then you're just going to glue your teeth in there if you want them. Do you have to put teeth? No. You could just put 2 teeth, right? You could put 1 tooth. It's totally up to you. It's your pumpkin. So you decide what you think looks best on yours. I'm going to put all 3 of these. I think I like 3. Then, once you have this done, the next step is to glue him onto your background. And remember, we did that painted paper. I'm going to move all this aside. We made that beautiful painted paper, didn't we? We made purple for the sky, the night sky, and we made green for the grassy field. So I'm going to put him into this, and I have a whole sheet of paper here. So what I think I'll do, I need to attach my grass to my sky. So I'm just going to put some glue right along the front of the bottom of the sky. Dot, dot, dot. Right, and I'm going to get that stuck down like so. Now it might not stick right away. Painted paper to painted paper, you might have to give it a little massage and hold it for a couple seconds in order for that to stick. Okay, so kind of, yeah, mine wants to pop up, so I'm just going to hold it for a minute, count to 10, maybe 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. Okay, that's holding pretty good. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I want to put my pumpkin into this field, and I want him a little bit onto the sky. So I'm going to put him kind of right in the middle here. And when you're gluing your pumpkin, you don't want to put the glue on your paper here. You want to put the glue on the thing that you're sticking down. So like when we did his face, we put the glue on the eye and then stuck the eye onto our pumpkin. Well, I'm going to put the glue on the back of the pumpkin, and then I'm going to stick the pumpkin into my grassy field, okay, or pumpkin patch, whatever that is. Now, did you notice how I'm just putting dots around the outside edge? Yeah, you need quite a few dots, but you really only need them around the outside, maybe a couple in the middle. You don't really need too much, though, in the middle, because as long as you do a good job around the outside, it's going to stick, okay? Now, I'm going to set this right into my field like this, and remember, painted paper to painted paper, it's going to take a few minutes to stick, so I'm going to make sure I give it a good little massage here, make sure everything's stuck down. And then I'm ready to take this to the drying rack, okay? Any little scraps, like, can we still use these? Yes, I would take these back to the table where they were at. This one I didn't use. I got too many because I was going to show you guys how. However, you guys are not going to cut out 2 mouths, right? So you should only need 1 of these to do the mouth the way you want. I did this one just so I'd have an example for you, okay? All right, and clean up your paper scraps. Be sure to sweep those into your hand and throw them away. Don't leave those on the table or the floor, okay?